I fucking remember that playing Kingdom Hearts and just us being fucking locked in, dude. Especially at the yeah, like what you're saying at the fucking very end with the giant ass demon Xehanort out of the fucking volcano, or fighting the fucking Sephiroth in the fucking Hercules Coliseum.
Yeah, dude.
That shit was awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude. That was. I liked it how they. Are you recording right now?
Yes, I am. Yes. Oh yeah. By the way,
I was saying.
Yeah, I know. That's why I hit the button because I was like, no, this is good stuff.
Dude.
Yeah, I got you, brother. But like fighting that fucking Sephiroth in the Hercules Coliseum though was so fucking intense, and be like, I can't fucking do it. My hands are all sweaty, so then we just pass it over to each other.
Well, it's like, dude, like the first two. Okay, so specifically the first Kingdom Hearts game was like I'm gonna say it's definitely one of like the best games ever, but only because it came out time it did, and for who got to play it for the first time, right? Like, like you know, growing up with various Final Fantasy games and stuff, and being able to see them in like a game that's in fully 3D rendered too at that, you know, not just polygonal like forearms and
the fucking Popeye arms,
yeah, you know, but like seeing them in that way, you're like, holy shit, this looks so cool, and it works for some reason. Like Traverse Town is lit, man.
I think that was the first time seeing Cloud outside of the OG7.
Yeah,
it was in Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Like, because I don't think Advent Children didn't come out until after we were out of high school.
And he like didn't he have like he had like that cool look in the Coliseum too, where he had
the fucking red cape and the fucking mummy wrap, bro. Yeah,
his Buster Sword is all like wrapped up, and
just
shit,
fucking ominous. And I'm like, hey, I'm an angsty teen too.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, and it's so cool because it's like you had all these Disney things, which I'm gonna be honest, when I was like a teenager at first, I'm like, ew, Disney, but then it's just like, why? I can't say ew Disney too much because I've seen all these movies.
Yeah,
you know, and I like them.
Ew, Disney, I hate that I love this.
Yeah, it kind of was. But it's like, that's what I mean. It was like the perfect game to come out, but only because of like when it did and who got to play it. Because I feel like if it came out now, people would be like, who the fuck is Cloud? You know, maybe Cloud would be relevant now, but like, you know, like Squall and like some of these other characters and shit.
No, like Squall would have been thrown under the bus, bro. Because
it wouldn't made any sense.
You don't ever hear or see anything for 8. All these remakes and remasters, there's nothing. 7, they're fucking going all out on. 9, there's like a rumored remake that I guess is in development hell, but they're going to 9, right? Then 10's gonna come, but like, yeah, where's 8, right? It's just kind of there. We don't talk about that one.
Where is my Legend of Dragoon remake?
That's what I fucking want.
Where?
That is what I want, bro. Is the Legend of Dragoon. I downloaded it because it's on that PlayStation Premium.
Oh, sure.
And I haven't played it yet. Because I downloaded it when it came out. I was in the middle of playing Yakuza, and then that was just I was stuck on it, man. So I didn't want to do it. And then after that, all these other games have come out. And now I'm fucking 30 hours into Rebirth. So it's
right, yeah. Well, so I mean, that's kind of like, I guess, sort of the topic of this episode too, is kind of like just what we're
free balling.
Right, yeah, which is, I mean, that's probably going to end up being sort of like the topic of a lot of future episodes. So, so tell me, what have you been playing?
You know what? I've been playing the shit out of Rebirth, bro. I just fucking 30 hours into it, and I fucking love it. Everything. You
sent me a screenshot of a frog the other day.
Yeah.
Give me context.
The frog was smiling, bro. It's all the context you needed, right? He was having the time.
Look like he's having a great time.
He was having the time of his life, dude. He's like, with the little Buster Sword. So
snapped.
In Junon, like under Junon, where the dolphin fucking mini game thing is. There's a little area that they added. You know how in remake they had that like little kids fortress where you have to like get in with the cool kids and you can go over there where no adults are allowed. It was in Midgar.
Man, I kind of maybe I didn't play much of the first remake. So was that only in the first remake?
Yeah. No, that was in the first remake. It was when you're running around town with Aerith, like right after you get it with Cloud. You run around town. There's like a little fucking cool kids club thing, and you go. Anyways,
I don't remember.
So they had like a similar area in the Under Junon where you go there and there's like a area where it's contaminated and you walk in there and you turn into a frog. So then,
Oh, okay.
so then you have to do some fights and stuff like that, like as the frog, which is pretty fun, you know, because you're going around doing fucking swings and shit with the Buster Sword as a little tiny frog.
Okay.
But then,
That's not bad, actually. I wish they would just have a whole game of you just as a little frog with a Buster Sword.
right? And then after you do it, they're like, oh hey, like we have this game we like to play called like Leapfrog or whatever, and then it takes you to a map that's like fucking Fall Guys, bro. You know, the one with the big circle and you have the lower bar and the upper bar, and you got to keep jumping over them and stay on the platform.
I definitely did not play this. So
Oh, you never you did that in Fall Guys. You did it in the fucking
I know,
platform.
in Fall Guys,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But I was
yeah.
like, I don't remember this in
No, 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 no. In Fall Guys, that level, it's basically that level, but as the frog fucking people. So when you get fucking
Okay.
hit with the you get hit and you get launched off the platform. That was the picture of the frog, just like.
Okay, that's cool.
But dude, that game fucking slaps. Like I know, I
heard
just
that there's a lot like that you get to do like in that. Like there's a lot to explore. There's a lot of like side quests and stuff.
yes, there yes, yes,
How many are there? Yes.
yes, there is a shit ton, bro. Like I said, I'm 30 hours in, and I'm only in like chapter 5, and I think it's like 18 hours or 18 chapters, I think.
Ooh, okay, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like 100% in each area as I go along, you know,
yeah.
and it's a lot of
I
fucking
found
content.
myself doing that in games now, which like when I was younger, I used to skip everything.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, I'm just trying to play this game. I'll do that. Sounds cool. Maybe I'll like I'll start a quest and like, this is dumb. I'm gonna pass it. But now I'm just like, I gotta do everything.
Yeah. I
yeah,
gotta get all the flowers, get all the Korok seeds, bro.
yeah, man. I gotta kill 10 boars to get 3 tusks. You know.
Yep, yep. And I gotta get all this, you know, I gotta get all this synthetic shit, you know, so I can make all my new weapons. I don't care.
Exactly.
Do I need it? No, I'm already overpowered, but I'm just doing it anyways.
But I always like those are like usually those are always so like they're not like necessary in game stuff, but they make the game a little bit easier. Like so instead of like grinding in games, sometimes you do like those side quests and it gives you like enough XP to like kind of boost you up, and sometimes it'll actually put you over where you should be to where like the next main part is like almost too easy.
Yep.
So so it gets double-edged sword.
They do scaling in Rebirth. So
cool.
Even though like you can tell you're a little bit overpowered from where you need to be, but like they scale up to a degree, so you're still taking a good amount of damage and stuff.
Okay.
You know? So like I just fought like I did a key moment. I don't know how to say it, you know, but I guess I'm really talking about the original one. Like when you take the fucking boat from Junon.
Okay.
And you fight the boss in the boat or whatever. I just did that part.
Kind of remember.
And
I haven't played the original 7 since I was like a teenager. So I beat it. I kind of remember a lot of it, but not like specifics.
Well, I guess like when you fight the Genova in the boat. It's like and then right before you go to the Costa del Sol stuff. So I just did that part.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I just did that part, and I'd already fucking 100% of the Junon region and the fucking grasslands, the first area. And so I was like fucking whooping the shit out of her, but I was taking a lot of fucking damage, so I was having to constantly heal and like rotate my people around and shit. So it was cool because it was enough of a challenge, but I was able to kind of burn through it because I did everything, you know.
So how different is the combat system from the first one to the second one? Because that was like the big thing that like burned me on that. Like I loved like the world that I got to explore, like Midgard and everything like that, and like getting to interact with different characters to do the side quests when I was playing like the first remake and stuff. But the combat was just I couldn't get into it, and I heard it like it's very split. Like it's either you really like it, or you tolerate it, or you just can't play it. And I was in between that tolerate and can't play it camp, and then it got to a point where I was like turn off the big heat lamps and shit.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
And I kept there's like these like poison like mobs or something like that. I don't remember what they were, but they just kept killing because like Tifa and Barrett would be like
just watching, yeah.
and it's like I'm dying of poison. I'm sitting there going, you know, like rolling around and everything. Trying to, it's just
like Kingdom Hearts, bro. Just to circle back to that, it looks like that. Donald and Goofy standing there.
No, Donald and Goofy everywhere else, like when you really needed him, Goofy would be charging in with his shield.
Yeah, it's true. But he let you handle it. He's just kind of hanging out in the back for most of the part. Like,
yeah. But but
you got it, bro. Don't worry about it.
These guys didn't do shit. And then so what is different? Is there anything improvements or anything like that?
Yes, 100%, bro.
Okay,
1000%. It's faster. That's the biggest fucking one. Is that I know what you're saying. It took me till halfway through remake to finally be like, okay, I'm fine with it, right? And then I tolerated it, and by the end, when I really got down to the like just play, I had like fucking 50 hours in by then or whatever. Like I learned to appreciate it when everything opens up and you're doing the fucking second level limit breaks, you're doing the fucking stance changes and shit like that. Then I was like,
okay,
yeah, I like this. This is a good combat system to build on. And then Rebirth just takes that and just fucking blows it out the water, bro. Except for one, it's faster. Like even like running around with Cloud doing the normal like square attacks and shit is fast. It feels like you're playing fucking Kingdom Hearts, bro. Like that kind of like fluidity when you're doing it. And so I guess I could say that the combat system feels closer to playing like Kingdom Hearts 2. Like where like it's simple enough to where you can really just mash the buttons, but there's also the technicality of like switching the spells and you know what I mean, kind of having to be a little bit more technical on bigger fights.
Not as automated as Kingdom Hearts 3, where you just hit the same button and then you beat the game.
Yep. And then you goddamn, so basically playing a Disney ride, bro. You just can't go
on, man.
Oh, here we go. We're on the fucking Ferris wheel because that makes fucking sense.
Somehow the same team made both games.
I know.
Like, but how weird is that?
So like, they have the different material, like the auto cast materials and stuff like that.
Right.
That you can link. You can use those bracelets or like on your weapons with the link materia slots. Then you can basically put in all the different magic or ability ones, and then they'll do them on their own, so you don't even have to switch to them. So you can
like that, yeah.
So you can just pick whatever fucking spells you want, put them in there, and then they're already doing some kind of like offense. And like I have obviously the Kira one on Aerith, and like she heals me when I fucking need it, but like when I'm at like half health, like I'm getting healed. You know what I mean? And she keeps the party.
Don't level her up too much.
Yeah. Right. But she's like overpowered. I don't know why.
Man, she's really good. She's making this game real easy. It would be a shame if something happened.
Some kind of patch note.
Yeah, man.
But like giving her like all that healing magic, and she heals like when you're supposed to, right? And then she does all the ability casting, and then if you give it to Tifa, like she'll also do that unbridled strength shit where you go up in the faster, like you can hit faster and stuff. She'll cast all that by herself, so by the time you switch over to her, like if you want to switch or whatever, then she's already like level 3 on that, and you're just beating the shit out of stuff. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
And the AI is like it's active. It's pretty smart. And then you have your core of like the 3 people, but because your team's obviously bigger than 3, the people that you're not using are considered in the back line. Like remember in the OG7, you could double click on their character image, and it would either move them to the front line or the back line. And then like
I never messed with that much.
But like if they're on the front line, then they take more damage or whatever. And if they're on the back line, they did like more magic, higher defense or whatever. So so they had that same system in Rebirth, except them being on the back line is them not being in your party, and but they still attack. So like when you're fighting the fucking Genova, or you're fighting like some kind of boss, they'll pop in periodically. Right? So like when I'm not using Barrett, I'll see him in the background fucking shooting. And it's like an assist in a fucking fighting game, you know? But you don't control it. Yeah, he'll say some fucking shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, they'll just pop in and they'll fucking do an attack, and then they'll just pop right back out, and you have no control over it. So it's cool because you'll see them in the background. Then when you're running around like in the world map and stuff, they're all there. It's not just Cloud, right? It's you can fucking turn and see all of them.
I've always liked that. Yeah, I've always liked that. Like the world maps and stuff, where you get kind of see like your whole party and stuff. Let's just walk into Cloud real quick and
or I'll just go in his pocket and let's go.
yeah, that's good because the issue with the combat like in the first game is that like it felt like the developers were like really torn about whether or not they wanted the game to be an action game or turn based. And it sounds like they leaned more towards like the action base with like giving you some kind of real time or turn based elements a little bit. Just by switching, it seems like a lot better.
Yeah,
or smoother, anyways.
And they have like when you're blocking, they have like synergy attacks that you learn as you like level up or whatever. You level up in like that sphere grid system, kind of like in Final Fantasy X. So there's like these synergy moves that you can unlock, where like as you're blocking, you can press circle or square, and then they'll do partner moves with other people. So
That's
like
cool.
you can do like there's one with Cloud and Tifa where you do like a increased defense, and if you time it right, it's like a counter hit and stuff. And then like or Barrett, you can kind of like charge up stuff and fucking they'll hit it around. And then they have like the regular synergy thing. So after you use so many moves with them, like there's a synergy bar, and they'll do some combo move with each other. The ones that you see in the fucking trailer for it when they're just jumping around and Tifa's fucking flying around the little orb that Aerith made and stuff. So you can do those as soon as you get enough ability points racked up, And so
cool.
So it actually gives you incentive to switch to people and like always be using their abilities and trying to max out like your ATB so that you can do those bigger moves.
So it doesn't feel like as much of a chore switching.
Yeah.
Them. And it just felt like I was babysitting the whole time.
Yeah. And with, like I said, with the AI being better, it's fucking legit, dude. So like every fight, I mean, I'm 30 hours in, and yeah, I'm probably fucking biased a little bit, but like every fucking fight, like feels good. I haven't been in a fight and been like, man, this shit's a fucking slog. It's like everything's fucking great. And then like the open world aspect, it feels like a fucking massive open world. Some of the side shit is like, I'm in Costa del Sol right now, and it fucking sucks. Like, because it's just too many mini games and like little fucking like, oh hey, come over here and do this side quest that makes no fucking sense kind of shit, But like outside of that, when you're running around in the open world and the chocobos and shit, it feels like a massive fucking open world, and you're just exploring with the enemies, fucking walking out in the wild and shit.
That's really cool.
That moment when you leave Midgar in the original one, and then like you open up the map and you're like, what the fuck? And you're spinning the camera around, like like what is this? When you come out of fucking Calm, and it goes into the open world, it just immediately feels like that. You can just see the fucking ocean, you can see all the shit in the fucking background, and like just playing through and running through it feels fucking great, dude.
I had a similar like kind of sense, like I like that kind of like discovery, like the reveal of like the open world and stuff like that is such a cool feeling. I had a really similar kind of experience like with Elden Ring. After beating, okay, so I don't know the names of the characters and stuff, but it's like one. I think it's like the first
Elden guy.
Yeah, Elden dude. Once you beat the Elden dude, the very first Elden dude, I forget what it is. I forget his name, but he's like the first like main boss.
The dude with the fucking scorpion tail or whatever did the fire
dude
moves?
Like the fire, the Drake arm or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I did that on fucking stream and I fucking lost about 800 times. Yeah. Fucking junk ass shit.
I made it super easy because before I even fought that guy, I had heard that there was like the giant like iron sword or whatever, which is like the guts like berserk sword and shit. I was like, oh, I want that. So I spent hours trying to like figure out where the hell it was at and stuff like that. Finally, I found it like, I actually found it by mistake, kind of, because there's a chest in there that takes you to a real bad place. So I got teleported someplace, ended up being close enough to it. I found it, and I just like kind of leveled up and explored. Cause that was the first kind of like Soulsy type game I played. And very accessible just because of like the whole open world aspect of it. Like you're not just sitting there like locked behind beating a boss to move forward and stuff. So I like that like flexibility with the progression. But so by the time I got to, I think his name Jeffrey or Joffrey.
Godfrey?
Godfrey. Yeah. Elden guy won Godfrey.
Yeah.
And so, but when I finally got to that guy, is my doorbell ringing?
Yeah, no, you working at the convenience store and just on fucking break recording this in the back or what?
Who is her? Oh, that's bizarre. Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, I'm at a Quickie Mart right now. But after beating him and then like going to like you like exit out kind of like the back of the castle area, and you see like this giant massive like open area with that like with this mountain and everything and these cliffs and there's like water and stuff, and it was a really cool moment. It's probably like one of my favorite areas in that game too, which that game has a lot of like just amazingly like beautiful detailed like
the underground's real cool
areas. Yeah. Oh yeah, underground's really cool. The God, I feel bad. My wife's mom and I don't know. She keeps ringing the door, but I don't know if she locked herself out.
Someone just wants to get a hot dog, bro. Don't lie.
Probably. So, but yeah, and so, and now I lost track. Anyways, but yeah, it's like this kind of beautiful.
Yeah. That hit, dude. That hit of like the vast open world, and you're like, I can go anywhere. Yeah, so it does.
Especially because you can go anywhere.
Yeah, and so and 7's the same thing, dude. It just opens up, and then you just go wherever, right? I mean, obviously you're like region locked, like at certain points, right? But like you can just go wherever, and you just do all the fucking side shit. Some of the side shit's fucking campy, like modern RPG shit, but some of it like just adds extra lore to the fucking world, which already has its own fucking cool lore, you know? Like the under Junon area is a lot fucking cooler than like before. Obviously the whole Junon section itself is like real fucking cool. Even the little marching mini game, you know, from the fucking with the TV ratings and shit. But I was talking.
I remember the marching mini game from the original game.
I was talking to John about it because he's playing it at the same time. Well, we're like, he's a little bit more ahead. He's a little bit more ahead of me, but like, you know, we're roughly around the same spot. So like, it's cool whenever something happens. I'll be like, oh my god, dude, that was fucking wild. He's like, oh yeah, dude, that was fucking insane. And so like, this is the first game that I've played, like, and I've just been smiled from ear to ear like the whole time, dude.
That's cool, man.
Like 30 hours in, every fucking story beat, I'm just like, this is fucking great. And that's cool. It fucking slap. That's my review, bro. My mid game review. It fucking slaps. Now maybe in like 2 weeks, when I fucking beat it or something like that, I'll be like, that game fucking sucked.
Probably not. I don't think you can go like any lower. I don't think you're gonna go lower from slaps. You're probably like, slaps my dick off. That's how hard it slaps.
Like before I ask you what you've been playing, I'll say all the reviews of 92 and 93 and all that are 100% warranted. This is probably the biggest, like, most open, fucking filled out like RPG that I've played like in a long time. That doesn't feel like too much, right? Because you can fucking put all the side shit in the world you fucking want. Like Yakuza games, dude, I'm never gonna 100% one of those. Just too much. There's too much in those fucking games. Then you have some where it's like only the story, like Final Fantasy 16. You're pretty much you're just following the story, right? There's some little side stuff, but you're pretty much just following the story. Like this one is just the right amount of shit to where you enjoy the area and you appreciate it, and then all of a sudden, you know, you move on to the next area and you enjoy the story. So by the time I finish it, like I will be content with it. You know what I mean?
Right on, man. And it's cool. I mean, it sounds like you're like really enjoying it, which, I mean, there's so many games that are out there like competing for your time, and like honestly, like it's daunting to hear that like you spent, you know, like 30 hours to get like just like a quarter of the way through already and stuff. But like I said, with as little time as like, you know, we have and stuff as, you know, at our age and stuff like that, but like but at the very least, like it's cool to have a game that you can kind of like come home and look forward to playing when you got some time and stuff like that, and one that you can like just veg out and play for a couple hours.
That's it, dudes. There's the card game in it, you know, like the called Queen's Blood, and I never really got into those card games and like all the Final Fantasies, but like this one you kind of got to do for its own like side story thing, which is cool, right? There's the actual
obligatory in RPGs anymore to have like a game, like a sub game in like the game. Yeah. So like, but with it, you know, most of those it's like you play the card game and then that's it. You don't really have to do it. Like whereas in this, it's a whole side story. So like as you continue to beat people, there's like a story that's developing with it, you know, and it's cool. And with playing this, I'm content with just playing a match sometime and like having an issue for like 30 minutes trying to beat somebody and just sitting there and playing it, dude. And then if I look over at the fucking time and it's 9:30 and it's time to go to bed, I'm like, that was cool, man. I can't wait to play this tomorrow. You know, like I'm not like, oh, I'm not like, oh man, I didn't make any progress. I'm like, that was a good time. You know, that I just keep going, and I'll beat it when I beat it, man. Yeah, you'll get there. I mean,
eventually, I'll be stuck.
You gotta learn the meta, man. You know, whatever everybody else playing the top decks, that's what you gotta learn.
Nah, fuck, you gotta have this fucking materia combination for ultimate damage. Yeah.
you gotta min max your deck, dude.
Yeah, right.
That's how you gotta deck that shit. You gotta Google what the best decks are. That's how you win tournaments, man.
So with that, what have you been playing?
So
it doesn't matter what you're.
Shit. That's kind of walked into that one, didn't I? So I've been playing 2 games right now. One a bit more casually than the other one. Actually, I kind of play all my games casual anymore, so saying that like one's more casual than the other one just doesn't really make any sense.
I hardly play this, but I hardly play this.
Yeah, like no. So I've been putting more time into Kakarot for a while and stuff. Like I
Game's
played
cool.
through. Yeah, it's great. You know, kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, it's a franchise that I adore, and so it's really cool. Like having an like it's like open-ish, right? You know, they got the different areas on the map you can go to, but they're really big areas and stuff. And there's lots to explore.
It's a lot of orbs.
So yeah, there's a lot of orbs. Yeah, but it's really cool to go to like these different towns, these different areas. Like, you know, there's Goku's house. There's, you know, you can go to like, you know, the lookout and everything. You can go to like, you know, fucking Satan City.
Yep.
You know, shit, you know, which is just ridiculous. But you know, it's cool to go to these worlds and stuff, or these different, you know, areas, just to explore like the greater world that you don't have any control over seeing in like almost like any other game you've played. So it's something I think kind of special as far as a Dragon Ball game goes.
Oh, dude, 100%. Like I enjoyed just flying around in those iconic locations, like the canyon and shit, like
man.
where him and Vegeta fight. And I mean, even all you're doing is picking up the orbs or whatever, but it's fucking fun, dude. You're just flying through it, like, and you can get into the fight with the randoms and stuff in those areas, and it feels real good, dude.
Yeah, man. They did a really good job with
feeling like Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I captured like Dragon Ball, like magic and stuff, and you know, there's a lot in the game too, which is really cool. So I ended up getting the platinum for the base game, which I don't do. So me getting a platinum in a game is like something real special. I really like the game.
Put you up there on the shelf.
yeah, exactly. Like this is a very curated list of like games that I like absolutely adore. If I'm gonna like, you know, try to get a, you know, a platinum and stuff. And so, so since after I finished it, like I maxed out like, you know, like I maxed out like, you know, level 300 like Vegeta and Goku and stuff, and I got everyone else kind of like mid 200s, like 250, 260, and I was like, I want to do some more stuff. And it's like, well, there's lots of DLC, so I started going through like the DLC stuff, and the DLC is great because it really like it adds its own thing. Like most of them can be played kind of like on their own. So if you haven't beaten the base game, you can just hop into the DLC. Like the Trunks one was really, really good. The DLC I'll say is short though, which is almost kind of too bad because like I've already beat the base game. So like as and I'm like 100%, like I'm like completing all of the DLC. So I'm doing all the sub stories and everything like that. Everything, and you know, any marker on the map, like I'm going to it, you know. I want to make as much as possible. So right now I'm finishing up the Bardock one, and I'm like just at the end of it. And then so after I finish the Bardock one, I'm just gonna jump into the World Tournament, which is the last one that I have, and then I'll like beaten all of them and stuff.
Oh fuck yeah!
I will say, since I don't think you've played it, but the latest DLC that came out in February, you should play it.
Yeah, that's the End of Z one or whatever.
The End of Z one. It's very good.
So when that game came out, I platinumed it. Like I had the same feeling with that as I did with Rebirth, right? Like I just it hit everything I needed. Like you said, flying around in the world fucking felt great. The fights felt fucking great. Reliving those story moments for 1,000 times fucking felt great. Go.
That's so cool with glasses,
I know, she came like a rock star.
It's like, excuse me, I booked the room. So
like all the areas, the combat fucking felt good. The story beats felt fucking good. They didn't really change anything. All they did was just add lore. Right? You can go do the little side stuff, and you're like, oh, that's what happened to that person or whatever. And it was cool because they all worked with, you know, Toriyama on it and stuff. So it was all like in that like canon-ish kind of bubble. And then like when I beat it, I was like, man, this felt fucking good. I can't wait to play the DLC. And then I moved on to the next game. And I always saw the DLC, like the first one, which was the Resurrection S stuff, where they put the big like wave of enemies that you'd fight. Like they do in the movie. Yeah, that looks super cool. And then so did like the Trunks one, or the End of Z one, or the World Tournament, the one where he fights Chan and stuff like that. Like I'm like, oh man, all these DLCs look badass. But I just had never got around to playing them. I will.
Yeah, man. I would definitely. I'd recommend it for sure. Like
the game is awesome.
The two, like the Resurrection of F1 and then the next one I forget what it's called, but those two ones are kind of like the same. They kind of I think you just buy them. You think you just get them as
Yeah, it's like a season pass, right? Yeah.
Or you get them as like a combo deal. I think if you get one, you get the other or something.
Mm.
But it's cool because it unlocks like the 2 new like Super Saiyan transformations for Goku and Vegeta, and they're very cool. They're very cool, and like the what's really cool in the resurrection of F, and also in like just the other one and stuff, is like you get to fight like level up to like level 300 Frieza,
Mm-hmm.
which is very difficult. You're not allowed to use like any healing items and stuff, so it's
Oh
like
damn.
yeah, which is like when I got started doing the challenge, I haven't beat the Frieza one yet. Um, but when you get to those, it's like, oh shit, like I gotta change my tactic up.
Yeah.
And stuff, you know? But you unlock a lot of cool. You get a lot of cool stuff from doing those DLCs, and there's like they have lots of really good ways of getting like XP and stuff too. So like I said, I got Vegeta and Goku up to like 300. It didn't take too long. You know, it's like a little bit of grinding and stuff like that, but it really wasn't that bad. But then also you get to like fight like level 300 Beerus, which is really fun too. But that last one, that like Goku's like journey or whatever the hell, like the most recent one is a I think is a must play, specifically because there is a quest after you beat the main story in that DLC. There is a tale of 2 Saiyans, or something is what it's called, or like 2 Saiyans saga. I forget exactly, but it's essentially a 1v1 fight, end of Z fight between Goku and Vegeta, and the way they do it is so good. Like the like the homage it plays to the first time they fight to technically the last time they fight, right? You know, because in theory, I don't think that like this game is really canon with what's going on between the manga and like the the anime and everything like that. It's kind of its own thing. There's a lot of differences. There's like a lot of little differences and stuff.
Let me ask you this: that last mission where you're saying was the last fight from the first time. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when the tournament of power ended? And then right at the end of that, then they go back to Earth, and then they're having they're fighting on the canyon stuff again.
Right. Yeah.
And they have a sorry, I thought the door was gonna open again. I saw it was like a freaking it's like a freaking haunted house there. Go.
It's another one.
Huh? What? Hold on. It's in the kitchen. So oh man, I lost my train of thought. So anyways, okay, I remember. So at the tournament of power, right there, you know, at the end, they're talking about Ultra Instinct and all that stuff, and he's just like, "Yeah, I don't know how I did it." And then they're getting ready to do their iconic fight. Do you think that fight in Kakarot is that moment from the end of Super? No.
No, it's not. No.
Because then if not, then that's fucking dumb. That's got to be their fucking training ground or something. You know what I mean? Because that's how that's how the Super monk or anime ended.
Well, so I mean, like, it's definitely not, right? Because if you think of, like, the end of the Tournament of Power, right, is like that's the end of the anime versus the manga, which then picks up like right afterwards and starts doing its own thing. You get some badass the moral arc, so good. Granola one's really good too, a little long but really good.
Current one's fucking awesome. Which, by the way, the chapter that comes out this month is the end of the superhero stuff. So like it's like the climax of it, and then they're going into whatever the next stuff is, which is fucking.
Yeah, because like the very last chapter is when they like, hey, Gohan, with your beastie ass stuff and everything, come to planet Beerus' planet and let's fight a little bit, right? Like, cool, okay.
Beast mode engaged, bro.
Yeah, right. You know, and so let's watch Vegeta just cross his arms and.
No, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna do that, like when he's in fucking shock, bro, or his fucking lip is twitching. They're fighting together.
but it's definitely not
that's one of my favorite that's one of my favorite moments from that last bit of the Tournament of Power when fucking Frieza and Goku are fighting together and fucking he's
like he's like as equally like
jealous girlfriend,
jealous and just shocked that like I can't believe they're actually doing this together.
Yeah.
But
God damn, that is such a good ending.
It really is. It's super good. Yeah. But yeah, definitely not the same moment. It's really good. I think it's special on its own right. I mean, because you and I've had that conversation a million times. Like, you know, since like, you know, Goku and Vegeta, they have these god powers and stuff, right? Like End of Z, like, do they technically have those? Because I mean, like Toriyama didn't plan for that stuff,
Yeah.
and so like there's so it is what it is, and and so but yeah, so I've been playing that a lot. I've also been playing another Dragon Ball game, Dragon Ball Fusion World, the card game,
Let's
but
go.
the PC client. Oh yeah, I love that. It's so much fun. I played a bit of the original game, card game, but the scene around where I lived like died out really fast. So I
Mhm.
just was left kind of collecting cards and be like, this is cool. I'd love to play this game again one day. But now there's a digital client for the new game, Dragon Ball Super Card Game Fusion World is what it's called. I had to double check. I actually have it up right here on my screen. But yeah, it's super fun. You need to download it so
I
you can
know.
play.
Send me the damn link right now while we're talking. I'll download. And I'll download when we're done.
You have to like log in to download it and stuff.
Bro, it came out at the wrong time.
It came out at the right time.
No, it came out after I got my hands on Rebirth. Like,
oh well, yeah.
I when I have free time and I can play games, I just want to play Rebirth. I don't want to play nothing else. I haven't played Tekken in fucking 2 weeks.
There you go. That's fair. Yeah, but yeah. So I sent you the link. You have to like log in because it's Bandai. They do like a lot of these.
They want to
Japanese
track you.
Well, a lot of these Japanese companies kind of have like sort of like have a lot of hurdles to do things. Sometimes I don't know why. It's weird. But yeah, so you log in, then you can download the PC client, and then you just launch the client. There's a little like like a application start page, and then you just install the game and you go in there and you have a deck and those cards and stuff. You can redeem your deck in there. But if you go through the tutorial the first time, you get a free deck voucher. So you can pick one of the 4 other decks and stuff. So
Nice.
So essentially you can get 2 decks, right? So I got the Vegeta one, and I ended up buying the Vegeta deck and the Frieza deck, like the actual physical ones, and then I got the then I bought the Goku deck.
Oh, nice, because I got the Vegeta and the Goku deck starter decks. I can just get a third one.
You can
there.
add those. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you can have 3 decks to play with and stuff. You get like, since you bought like a booster box, so you got like 24 packs, so it means you got like 24 like code redemptions, which the process right now for that is super annoying because you have to enter them in individually.
Yeah.
So it takes like 10 minutes, which is kind of dumb, but other than that, like, but you get boosters in there, so it's fun.
That's fucking sweet, dude.
They did a good job with it, I think.
To circle back to the Kakarot stuff real quick, do you think that they're gonna make a super, like the super game? They have to, right? Because imagine playing Kakarot and doing the fucking Tournament of Power. Would be legit, dude. Actual 80, and with the technology now, they could do it. 80 fucking person battle like that, and they're all individualized and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if they would have to make either a new game from the ground up altogether. The framework I believe that the framework that they have for Kakarot right now is really good for just hey, they've been supporting Xenoverse for 10 years now. Xenoverse 2 for 10 years. They keep throwing DLC out of that. Do the same thing with Kakarot, and I think it would still like make money.
I know, but I just wanted an updated engine, right? Like,
hey man, it looks great on the PS5.
I know. It looks fantastic, but
especially the new DLC. The new DLC, like, I think like looks better.
If you throw a spirit bomb in that game, it will lag. Well, at least when I played it, maybe that's because I was playing the PlayStation 4 one. But you would throw a spirit bomb, and it would, like, as soon as it hit, dude, it just
it doesn't do that on PS5 at all. On PS5, it's super smooth. It's very crispy and stuff. It's almost like there's almost too much stuff going on the screen, because you can have your partner. You can, like, I would have, like, I'm a Vegeta boy, right? So like Vegeta would be my main, and I have like Goku and Gohan or something like that, like, supported.
The only combination you really use in that game, bro.
A really good one too. A really fun one is actually having Goten and Trunks, because you can unlock their fusion, so they fuse.
Oh,
and, like,
nice.
SS3, like, Gotenks and stuff like that, and you get to play as him too during that time, which is really fun. But yeah, so I'd do like Final Flash with Vegeta, and I'd have like Goku throw like his spirit bomb, like his, like, maxed out spirit bomb and shit, and it's just like this lights, like,
just everywhere.
Seizure warning, right? Like, but yeah, no, but I think that's what I mean. Like, I don't think that like a new
They have
game
to
would be
make a
able
new
to
one.
for like current gen, right? Because I don't think that would like you brought up a really good point, right? PS4, like it would just stutter too much.
Yep.
But on PS5 and up, I think it worked just fine. But that's why maybe they have to create like a new game from the ground up. But I would love to
But
play that too.
and plus, you know, they're making another one from the ground up or whatever, or just improving that one so that they can make more money. Because right now they've already fucking bought. Most of the people are gonna buy Kakarot, they already have it, right? But if they release Kakarot 2 or whatever, I mean, it's the super stuff. That's another $70 for them each of those people,
Yeah.
right? Versus the $10 freaking $15 season pass or whatever. But
And I will
like,
buy it up.
and yeah, me too. Yeah, 100%. But like,
They know if they make a Dragon Ball game, people are gonna everyone who likes Dragon Ball is gonna buy it. Doesn't matter what it is, they're gonna buy it anyways.
I bought Fighter Z and I didn't really care for it, but I bought it.
I bought
$70.
3 times.
Yeah.
Not
The
$70 each time.
I don't know. It felt too simple for me. Like just hitting square, dude, over and over and over and over. You know. And I mean, yeah, there was
landing those combos like feels really good. I was never any good at it, but yeah, it was really fun though.
But like, but they come out with Kakarot 2 though. Like, I'd like to see all that super shit. Be fucking legit, dude.
Yeah.
Like going back into the future with Trunks, you know, and doing the Goku Black stuff would be freaking awesome. If they went past the Tournament of Power, all that shit would be super fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
Or even like the Brawly movie. Yeah. Imagine that Brawly part in the fucking ice.
Dude, that's what I mean, that's what I think, like, you know, with the framework they have with Kakarot, like if they were either just to keep like releasing like DLC for it, which I think they may have said like there's no more DLC for Kakarot. I feel like
they did.
I think I read that someplace. I could be wrong, but that would also make sense. I mean, but yeah, if they were to make like another game, because there's still a lot of content, right? And realistically, like they took a lot of liberties with some of this DLC and stuff, you know, on its own, and that doesn't doesn't really necessarily line up with the anime or the manga anyways. It kind of does its own thing, but it worked out really well. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I'm about like 96 hours into the game itself. So
dude, yeah, it's when you get one that you get hooked on, that's it, man.
Yep.
But then there's gonna be a Kakarot 2, and it's gonna be like the difference between Horizon Forbidden or Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West. It's pretty much the same game, just little improvements, right? Quality of life improvement. Yeah, me too. I can't fucking wait. Let's go. Yeah. Too bad we don't have our inside scoop at Bandai anymore.
Not yet.
Yeah.
After they watch this.
After this,
like Dragon Ball.
Please put it in my inbox and let me know. We love Dragon Ball very much.
That's right. We do. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan.
Rip to Akira Toriyama. That shit made me legit sad, dude. I'm not not gonna stay on it for a long time, but made me real sad.
Yeah, it was rough. I was actually on a little mini vacation with my wife. We're down in Texas, and I was talking to a buddy of mine because there's an anime convention coming up in Washington that I'm gonna go to, and I was kind of talking about. He's got a booth there, and then he just kind of randomly, while we were talking about that, he thought it was a good time to ask me if I heard about like Toriyama, and I was like, "No, what's up?" He goes, "Oh, he died, dude." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And I thought about it the whole like I was watching stuff on my phone and like I gotta find out more what's going on, and there's like been all these like beautiful tributes and stuff to him and everything. But
it makes me legit sad, dude.
Yeah, man, he thought it'd be better to hear it from a friend, and I guess he was right. But it's like, damn.
I was very sad all weekend, like legit just down. And it sucks because it's so important. I mean, obviously we just went off on the Kakarot stuff, but we could have kept going for fucking ever. But like,
I fucking coming soon.
Yes, preview. See, we're always previewing something. Isn't that right, Budsy? No.
She's
yeah, she's somewhere. She's in the background. Her camera's not working. But but yeah, like. Growing up with Dragon Ball, bro, like from the Toonami, you know, I'll admit it. I never watched the original one. Like I probably watched the first 13 episodes like as an adult, but I've never watched the entirety of the original. I started with Z, right? Fucking Goku showing up to fucking Roshi's house with Gohan. I'm being like, what the fuck is this? Then all of a sudden they're fucking shooting holes through each other with fucking lasers, dude. Like, you know, like this shit's fucking awesome. But like growing up with that shit and always I don't know, it had an impact on me, man. It always made me want to be strong. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? I
man.
never wanted to be fucking lazy or nothing like that. I always wanted to fucking look like Goku, just be fucking ripped. I mean, granted, I ended up looking like the fucking improper fusion of Gotenks, but like, but I fucking, I always want to be, man, I'd be fucking ripped like Goku. If he can fucking do it, I can. And then like, even now when I'm like working out sometimes, I just fucking think back on that shit. Like, maybe
Yeah, man.
it's a good motivation. And there was always like life lessons and shit in there. I sent a video to my wife the
There's
other
a
day.
bunch, yeah.
I sent a video to my wife the other day of a clip of the dub, and it's when Goku and Gohan are in the hyperbolic time chamber, and Gohan's like sitting in the hot tub or whatever with Goku, and Goku's like, "Yeah, rest days are important because you can work your body to the brink, but if you give it a chance to rest and recover, then you'll come back even stronger." And like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And I was on a rest day, and I was like, "See, even Goku says it's good,"
Which is so funny because it's such a sharp contrast to like Vegeta's training, where Vegeta's like, no, you stop when you're dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, which is like admirable too at the same time. Like, damn. But it's also why like Vegeta spent like 2 years in the hyperbolic time chamber. Goku didn't spend nearly as long, and Goku came out much stronger than Vegeta
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, after that. So, but that's the hey man, that's the turtle hermit way,
Mm-hmm.
like
It's
work out real tough and make sure you eat a lot and sleep real good. It's also study
and
real good.
and
Too,
he
so.
and he always fucking Goku in Z, at least in Super he became dumb, but like in Z, he always just went up against shit that was a challenge just to challenge himself, man. It was never like a fucking place of hate or nothing like that, It was always like dealing with challenges and stuff head on and not kind of like running from it, And and it's kind of stuff that it's subtle in the anime and stuff, but then when you're older and stuff like that and you're running into issues, you can kind of think back on that stuff, you know what I mean? That's
Oh yeah, man.
it's fucking good, dude. It got me into fucking anime. It got me into fucking gaming even worse than I was, sitting there playing fucking GT Final Bout in the fucking PlayStation 1. We had to get the little
Oh
fucking
yeah, yeah.
region lock disc and pop it in there with the spring and swap the disc out,
Oh, the spring. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my stepbrothers at the time they had that, and that's how I remember that's how they got into play, and that was like that wasn't like my first introduction to it, but that was my first like they have Dragon Ball games.
Yeah,
Whoa, like holy crap, I didn't know that because they didn't have
yeah.
them here, and yeah.
I remember on the emulators, dude, playing fucking like the Super Nintendo ones. Those ones are fucking great. They're
Oh
like
yeah,
side scroller fighters.
yeah, I have a bunch on my analog.
Yeah, it's great, dude. I love it.
That's
But
pocket
like,
there.
I don't know. It's hard, dude. It's hard to explain like the importance of Dragon Ball, like in a way that just really makes sense. I feel like it was just there, and it's just an important part of my life. I learned a bunch of shit from it, and it's like a core value of like myself. But it's hard to put into words, dude. It's just special shit. So then to hear that like he died, it was like it's sad, dude. It's like losing a fucking family member. I never met him, you know what I mean? But like it was like losing a fucking family member because that brought just a shit ton of like happiness to my fucking life as a kid. You know what I mean? It's
Oh
fucking.
yeah,
I was
man.
watching the fucking show. I was on the internet, dude. I was fucking talking to you about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, did you see that? Did you see Super Saiyan 5
Yeah,
Goku?
man.
Fucking.
Well, it's so fun. I mean, it's weird, like timing wise, like for me and stuff, because I just like out of curiosity, I was like, you know what, I want to look into other stuff. Just like a couple like weeks ago and stuff, I was like, I want to look at some other stuff that he's done because it's pretty much just been Dragon Ball Z, and Super and stuff. But I know, but like after he passed and stuff, like a lot of people started highlighting some of his other work and stuff. And I had just recently started reading Sandland and
Mm,
stuff. It's just like just one volume and everything, but it's really good, and it's like it is like super Toriyama like art. I mean, it's all his art and stuff like that, and his story, but like just like the art direction and stuff is so like I don't know, like when you see his stuff like in Dragon Quest and stuff or
mm-hmm,
anywhere else, just like oh damn, like it makes you feel happy. Like Dragon
mm-hmm.
Quest, I think 11 on the Switch is gonna be my next game I'm gonna play after I finish the Kakarot DLC, because I'm in that mood right now. I ain't gonna stop. Um, but I had just started like reading that. Like this is really good. And there's a new game coming out on the PlayStation 5, maybe
Mm-hmm.
at least PS5, for Sandland. I'm like, this is awesome. And there's like I think there's actually an anime series and stuff too based off of it that's coming out. So I'm like, this is great, man. This is awesome. And then hearing that he passed, it's like, oh, dude, I was just starting to like explore his other works and
Mm-hmm.
stuff too. And then that happens, and now I'm just like, fuck. And now I'm just like on this crusade where like just out of pure celebration for it. Because you know, I had a similar experience, you know, like with Dragon Ball growing up and stuff. Like I'd come home from school, I didn't have any friends, moved around a lot. So I'd come home from school and there'd be Toonami, right? By the time I got home, I have like 30 minutes left before like the Toonami block started. You got like Ronin Warriors, Gundam Wing, Dragon Ball Z, you know, like Sailor Moon, all this stuff and everything. And yeah, and I remember like waiting like every week for a new episode of fucking Dragon Ball Z. You know, it's just like
oh
you know,
god, dude.
But I was there for it. I was there for it. It was
I
great.
know.
And I remember,
Me too. But man, how fucking shitty was it when you waited a week for that next episode to come on, and then it was one of the episodes where they were just staring at each other with the fucking music playing, or then
and
they start fucking charging up,
their feet.
And then someone and Vegeta's doing that fucking look, you know what I mean?
But you're just like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, something's gonna fucking happen. I know it. And then all of a sudden, when they go and they fucking disappear, then it goes to the next time on Dragon Ball Z, and you're like, motherfucker, now I gotta wait another week.
Yeah, that the Toonami or Funimation like dub like music is also super iconic. That has nothing to do with Toriyama at all, but just like talking about Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. Like that dub music is so good. I have all that shit downloaded and I listen to it while I work out, and dude, it's good. If you need a boost, like turn on the fucking like the dragon theme or whatever. It's so good, man.
When I need a boost, I just listen to the fucking Limit X Survivor, bro. That fucking gets me fucking going.
Yep.
Ultra Instinct, man.
There's some good tracks and stuff for that show for sure.
Yeah, but see, this is what we're saying. We love Dragon Ball. We can just keep going around and around with it, man.
It's funny because when we were talking about like doing this episode and stuff, we were like, "Oh, you want to talk about Dragon Ball?" And I'm like, I know you want to talk about Final Fantasy, and I want to give you the platform and time of day to do so, because I know you're super excited about it. So I was like, let's just talk about like the games we've been playing. This is again, this is gonna be like a recurring theme for episodes and stuff, right? But I wanted to give you the chance to talk about it since I'm playing like Kakarot. Like we'll get into Dragon Ball, and we can fill hours of that.
I fucking have just been holding a tight lip on my excitement for Rebirth. Like every once in a while I'll be like, dude, this game's so good, but I've been like, I don't want to just fucking talk about it too much. But then I'll be talking to that's what's good about fucking John playing, is at the same time I'm like, and he's already fucking gone through this part, so I'm like, dude, that was fucking wild. Like, you know, like I don't know what's going on. We're talking about fucking materia mixes and different fucking Queen's Blood strategies and all this shit.
Yeah, man.
But
it's cool that you got that though. Dude, I think it's awesome, man.
Tell you right now, buy it and start playing it. And you won't be that far behind us. You won't be that far behind us.
It sounds like I'm like at least 30 hours.
No, if you went 100% at everything, then yeah. But if you were to be like going to the store,
I wouldn't be able to help myself, man. Like I'd have to like, I'm gonna see these little indicators, little markers on there. I can't walk past them. And not like, hey, do you need to find your cat? Let me go look for cats really fast.
Maybe tomorrow, I will stream it when I get out of the Costa del Sol area. I will stream it like me just 100% in the Costa del Sol region because it's not very big.
Sure, yeah.
And then you can watch, and then you can decide if you want to get it.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to get it.
Oh damn!
Mainly just because
you could have at least said you could have at least said that till next episode, bro. Because I've been like a fucking build up next time on Dragon Ball Z kind of thing. You know, you could have been like, I didn't get it. Yeah,
next time on, fucking.
This thing, this podcast, that thing earlier,
Nah, for as much time, as little time as I really have any more for games and stuff. Like, you know, I get a lot of games, like, and I try a lot of games, and I end up not playing most of the games just because I don't have like a lot of time. So, you know, like when I finally like play something I'm like that really like grabs a hold of me, I try to like get everything. I like hold it upside down, shaking every dollar and every dime, you know, from it and stuff. I'm like, gimme. And Kakarot's definitely one of them. And so I'm gonna try to play, like I said, I'm gonna try to play Dragon Quest next because I'm in that mood. But Sandland comes out in April. I already have it pre-ordered. I'm not really a big pre-order guy and stuff like that, but I'm like, I'm excited about it, so I'm like, I get it. So but that's coming up too. So
I'm gonna play Yakuza 4. It's I
Oh
need
yeah, you're still
I
working your
have
way
it.
through that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have it, and I started playing it like twice, but then every time I start playing it, like another game comes out, and so I come back to it. Right, like when I started playing it in January, I was getting into it. I probably got like maybe 8 hours into that game, and then
okay.
and then Tekken came out, and I'm like, well, fuck, I want to play the fuck out of Tekken, and then here I am like 50 hours into that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was just playing the shit out of Tekken, and then Rebirth came out, so I'm like, okay. Told myself after Rebirth, I'm gonna fucking beat Yakuza 4. Like, you know, I'm just gonna go through the story. I'm not gonna do side chips. I'm gonna go through the story. And just enjoy it. What sucks with those games, and then we can end this after that. After this, but like what sucks with those fucking games, bro, is like when if you have the save data from the previous game, you know, then they give you those like bonuses, right? And it's like, oh yeah, here's a fucking amulet, or here's a fucking dildo sword kind of thing, you know, and it's like OP, and you get that at the beginning of the fucking game. So then I'm not gonna equip fucking gear, right? You know what I mean? So then I'm already overpowered for the area I'm in, so I can just kind of burn through those games with a save file from like 0, 1, 2, and 3. Like, fucking, I'm overpowered at the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. And that is cool that they do that, though. I think.
Yeah, it's like a loyalty thing, but it's supposed to be like
it's optional.
Hey,
you don't have to use that stuff, right?
But it's like
why wouldn't you, though,
it's supposed to be like, you know, what, 3-4 year gap in between them or so. Right? Oh yeah, I saw my file from 3-4 years ago. Not like me, where I'm like, yeah, I just beat it like 10 minutes ago. Let's just keep on going.
Good point. Yeah, I got you.
Just fucking burning through it.
Still cool to do that though. And so, yeah, I mean, you got a couple more games to go. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna beat Resident Evil 4.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And I don't think
playing that?
I was playing that. Yeah, I got stuck on the fucking church where you gotta like line up the lights to get the secret door to open, and I could not do it, and I just was frustrated that night, and I stopped doing it, and then I just haven't gone back. And I need to play Helldivers and stuff too.
Oh yeah, they had a lot of stuff to Helldivers. They got like
the mechs,
poison planets and flying bugs, and now there's mechs. Yeah, yeah, we got to try to jump on that.
The game's gonna be a whole different game the next time we get on, and it's only been out for like a month.
Yeah, if you know what's really fun about that game and not necessarily playing it and stuff is like you hear about updates and like certain like battles and stuff like that almost as if it's like the news from a war that's happening like super far away. Like you just kind of get glimpses of these updates. Flying bugs, oh my god, like, you know, like they're mutated from the poison that like Super Earth has dropped on them, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, we're introducing, you know, mechs to fight the automatons and stuff, right? Like it feels like super. I like that, you know, aspect. It's like it's kind of like when I used to hear about like oh god, what was that other one of the like this the space MMO? I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the Eve Online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you hear about these giant battles that would happen and shit like that between like PvP, like different like guilds and stuff, and like, you know, like thousands of dollars worth of ships, which just doesn't seem like a lot, but when it's a video game, it's like, holy shit, like, like this is having like actual like financial consequences on people's lives and stuff. This is crazy. So it's fun. I like hearing it in that capacity, because it makes it like, I'm not playing it. I really want to because I keep hearing about it, but I like hearing about this stuff.
Yeah, and I like and I'm stuck on what I'm on right now, just like you're on Kakarot, right? Like. Like it's there and I have it, so I can play it whenever. I'll get to it eventually. It sounds like you're having a good time. I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Save some for me.
Yeah. I'll get a mech at one point, you know. But anyways, with all that though, before we keep going in circles, that is what we're playing. And then so with that being said, I'm Julian.
I am Kyle.
Join us next week for some more, you know, complete randomness.
That's it. That's how we do it.
Yep. See you guys later.
Bye.